Hey, what is up? Dalton and Cloud here. Today we're going over another certification, this time in the AWS realm, Amazon Web Services. So this is going to be the last of the associate level certifications we'll be going over this year. There are only three. We've already gone over the Cloud Practitioner, the Developer Associate, and the AWS Solutions Architect Associate, which you may see at least one of those that I've have thrown up there. I haven't put some of the other ones up. But this is probably the hardest associate level certification that AWS has. So that's why we kind of saved it for last. I do advise you get all three of your associate level certifications before you go for the professional level ones. That's just me. That's what I recommend. But without further ado, we're going to get into today's video. Sorry, I just had to change tabs here on the other screen. But before we get into the video, if you please go ahead, hit the subscribe button and then tap the notification bell so we could get future updates on more videos like this. It helps with the algorithm. And also, if you give this video a like, I really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. Again, thank you. All right. So as we said earlier, this is for the AWS Certified SysOps Administrator Associate. This is the more difficult of the three associate level exams. The course length for this is going to be 180 minutes to complete. It's going to be $150 US for the exam. If you want to pay for the practice exam from AWS, it'll be $20. The format is 65 scoring opportunities that will be multiple choice, multiple response, or exam labs. So then we're going to go over here. We have the resources down here on this link. We may just give this resource or this link so you could look at all the resources on the page yourself. But we have the exam guide. We have sample questions. We have a practice test you could pay for to take. We also have training that AWS has curated, exam readiness, digital training, and then some paid opportunity training here as well. And then we see all the technical documentation. I know I've mentioned before previously white papers and just different documentation that I always study before an exam. I know some of you, I've mentioned that to you before, how I'll just take 2 or 3 hours before the exam starts and I'll go over the white papers over and over again. So this would be that documentation you want to go over. Okay, so this is the exam guide. It just goes into the introduction, who this is for, what the recommendations are. I'll let you go through this on your own. You definitely want to have some experience in the management console and as well as using the AWS CLI. So if you haven't done anything with the CLI yet, I recommend you do it. This is, similar to what you'd be doing if you were using command on your Windows machine, if you have a Windows machine, the command line. So these are the domains they are going to test you for. It's going to be monitoring, logging, and remediation, reliability and business continuity, development, provisioning, and automation, security and compliance, networking and content delivery, as well as cost and performance optimization. And here we have a breakdown of the percentage of what each domain is going to be for, with monitoring, logging being the biggest part, as well as networking and content delivery being the second biggest, tied with deployment, provisioning, and automation. So those are kind of the big three that you want to make sure you prepare for. You want to make sure you pass everything. But those are kind of the big three topics. Next up, here's just a link. We'll probably end up providing this. This is the exam readiness guide that we saw earlier. It's 4 hours worth of content. It's free. Just sign up and you get access to this for free. And then here it says the exam guide. It's 130 minutes. So let's go into our first resource, which is going to be Udemy. So again, Stefan Merrick, we love him. He does a great job with his certification prep. He's taught so many students. He's done an amazing job throughout all of his different courses that he has to offer. This is no exception. You can get this course with the Udemy Pro subscription. If you already have that, great. There you go. You don't have to worry about it. You could get a 7-day free trial as well. So if you buy this course outright and you don't want to worry about the Udemy Pro bundle because you don't want to have a recurring payment, I completely understand that. It's going to be $15.99, 24 hours of content. It's going to have 10 articles, reference articles, 1 practice test, full-time access, and he's always updating this in all of his certification preps. As you see here, last updated this month. So he's always making sure this is as up to date as possible when people give feedback after they take the test. And he does have a very active community who does give feedback after they take tests. So he's always making changes. He's always taking the test again himself to make more changes. He's taught over almost 1 million students. Congrats for him through all of his courses. So he's an amazing instructor in that regards. So I should actually have it set up this way. So here we go. So this is his practice exams that Stefan has. He also does this with Abhishek. So it's 3 full practice tests, full-time access. Each test is 65 questions to mirror the actual practice tests, or the actual test that you'll be taking when you go to take this exam. But as far as practice tests goes, I always recommend John Bonso, in Tutorials Dojo, his own brand. I apologize to Stefan. He does an amazing job with his course, but you get a lot more bang for your buck if you go with John Bonso's course. And I just feel like he does an amazing job with the detail he offers in the explanation for why an answer is the way it is, with as far as documentation and just detail. He can't go wrong as far as practice tests with John Bonso. And for $9.99, why would you want to go anywhere else? And then this is actually new to me, Backspace Academy. Although I have seen that they do have their own this on their website as well. It seems to have a lot of traction as of late, and it looks like it has pretty decent reviews from what I've seen on different subreddit threads. This is for the AWS Certified Solutions Architect, Developer Associate, SysOps Admin Associate. So this is very extensive, 44 hours worth of content, 7 articles, 2 download resources, lifetime access. And the cloud practitioner. I think this looks like it could be good. I did go through the preview a little bit for this course, as you probably saw. And it looks like it's updated quite often. It was just updated this month. So if you've taken the course at Backspace Academy, please let me know what you think. I've seen a lot of good testimonials online, but it's hard to be sure what's real and what's fake, but it's got to be better than Simply Learn, right? No, I'm kidding. We could see them up here trying to advertise me something. And then, again, Neil Davis is back. So Neil Davis has been an upcoming instructor, teaching for AWS certifications. He seems to have been doing a pretty good job. These are for his practice exams that he has. One thing I was going to notate, because I did mention if you're going for practice exams, I recommend John Bonso. in his practice exams. So you can get it through Udemy directly, or you could go to look up Tutorials Dojo online, go to his own website, and as you could see, there is some sales going on. You could get the practice exam as well as his ebook for on sale for $18.99. Plus, if you buy more courses, if you know you're really interested in AWS, or you're really interested in Azure, or both, maybe you're trying to go for multi-cloud learning, whatever the case may be, if you buy more courses from here, you get more discount. So if you're going for let's say you got your cloud practitioner and you know you really want to get more courses. So you get all 3 associate level courses, and then you get the professional level courses. That's not even getting into the specialty ones. You'll get 19% off. And then after that, you're going to want to get at least security and networking specialty course. You could get seven different courses for 24% off their normal asking price. You're going to save a lot of money if you go through his website directly. So, and he offers a little bit more tools and resources if you get it through his website. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I would 100% recommend this if you are looking to study a lot into the AWS world or Azure world. I suggest you go to his website, look at the bundles. It says only for 4 more days, but I don't know if it's an actual 4 more days or if it's a Udemy 4 more days, where it's 4 more days, but then give it a week and it'll be another 4 more days. But there we go. So, and then over to our friends at A Cloud Guru. I love A Cloud Guru. I can't get enough of A Cloud Guru. Faye Ellis is amazing. Ryan Krunenberg is amazing. They have an amazing course. I love A Cloud Guru. I can't say that enough. I'm not getting paid by them. I honestly don't even think that they have any affiliate program. I actually don't think they do. But regardless, I love their content. I can't stress that enough. So altogether, this has 129 lessons, 3 hands-on labs, 8 course quizzes, and 1 practice test, as well as 12.5 hours worth of content. And they go over all of the domains that you need. Hey, look, it's our favorite Azure instructor. Yay. But yeah, so love them. Can't stress enough. If you're going for cloud, I suggest A Cloud Guru. Simply Learn. A lot of people like Simply Learn. A lot of people in different Reddit communities like Simply Learn. I'm not the biggest fan, as you heard from earlier in the video. Please stop trying to sell me stuff, Mrs. Learning Consultant. Or bot. I can't tell which. World's #1 online boot camp. Remember, when you hear boot camp, it's mainly, at least when certifications are involved, it's mainly just to prepare you to pass. It's not really preparing you to understand, mainly just pass. So that's what I say. Trustpilot. Trustpilot trusts them. So there's that. 45 hours of applied learning, 3 hands-on projects using AWS Console, lifetime access to self-paced learning, 16 live demos, practice assignments, 3 simulator exams, 60 questions each. And then they go ahead and tell you why you should take it, why it's going to help boost your average salary. And there's the self-paced, and then there's the online boot camp. So take that for what it's worth. We're trying to save money here, not spend it. So there you go. Next up is going to be the cheapest option we ever have had on here, which is Free Code Camp. We love Free Code Camp. As far as for coding, especially because with this exam, you're going to want to learn a certain amount of coding, I recommend you go and look up some of the resources on Free Code Camp. With their HTML and their basic stuff, maybe not so much. Maybe try seeing their content for REST APIs, where they get into Git a little bit more, when they get into Python, just something where you could like kind of have a better use case for why you're using the command line interface a little bit more. But yeah, so Free Code Camp, they're amazing. Love them. They're getting into the certification world. They're still new, so take that with a grain of salt. But it's free content. If you want to learn for free, there you go. That's where you learn for free. And then we're going to Pluralsight. Remember, A Cloud Guru and Plural got purchased by Pluralsight, but their content is still separate as of right now. This course is taught by Elias. So it's had a pretty good rating so far, but it was last updated August 31st, 2015. So remember all the other content we've gone over that's been updated quite recently. So if you have Pluralsight offered through your company or offered through your school, like if you're at WGU, then use the resource. There's nothing wrong with using the resource, even if it's a little bit dated. But just take that with what it is when, as far as when we saw this was last updated in 2015. And then CBT Nuggets. I love Bart Castle. He does a great job with his content. And Trevor Sullivan is here helping Bart out. There's 54 skills, 389 videos, 42 hours of training, and 1 practice exam. You could sign up now, watch with a free week. You get a sign up for free for a week. You could probably study. Well, it depends if you have a full-time job or not. If you don't have a full-time job, you could probably study most of this within a week. I wouldn't recommend you take it after studying for a week, especially if you're new to AWS. But yeah, I love CBT Nuggets, especially if you're going for like a cloud networking hybrid role. I've gone over this in other videos. I love that they only have the one service. They don't have different fees. They have just a flat fee. You're paying $60 a month or $600 a year. They are the premier as far as practice exams go. They offer coaching for you and your career, quizzes, IT learning community, trainers. If you know you're going to stick in the IT field, they're really great as far as resources. So I recommend them. I don't get paid by any of the people I recommend, by the way. Just have that out there. Not yet. Maybe eventually Udemy will notice me, senpai. Anyway, so IT Pro TV as well. So I love IT Pro TV. They're really good for traditional. As far as for traditional learning, CBT Nuggets and IT Pro TV are kind of my industry standard for what I recommend. They both have amazing instructors. These instructors have been teaching for 5, 10, 20, 30 years as far as training. So they know what they're doing. This particular program or this particular course does have a practice test included. It doesn't really look like it has too many lab scenarios. And it's got 14 hours and 29 minutes of study training videos. So this is going to be, let's go to pricing, personal plan. So this is going to be a little bit cheaper. Still going to be expensive, especially because if you want to get the same stuff you got at CBT Nuggets, you're going to pay for that premium, as I said before, or if you just want the video, it'll be $30 a month or $300 a year. And then for the premium, it's going to be $50 a month or $500 a year for that premium percent. So you're still going to be about $100 cheaper or $10 cheaper a month for the same sort of features that you would be getting at CBT Nuggets. But then again, they do have the Cyber Vista premium practice exams. Now we're going to go into this book. This is a book. We love Cybex. If you want to learn on different ways to learn, different resources like, video, hands-on labs, and then reading. I always recommend you use as many different types of resources so you never get burnt out from just watching videos or just reading books. Like you never want to get burnt out from one or the other. So that's why I recommend you use different resources. Wow, to rent this book is $42. I mean, buy it used, $44. Why would you? And this one doesn't actually have the ebook. That is unfortunate. Let's see. Yeah. So it's a little expensive. Don't buy it new. I'm going to tell you that right now. Don't buy it new. That's a ridiculous price, even for Cybex. Shame on Cybex. Wag your finger, everyone. Shame. Is there a new edition? Is that why? Let's see. Is there a new edition? No. Certified networking. No, that's just a networking one. Yeah, shame on them. That's ridiculous. So get the used version or rent it, I guess. I would just buy the used version. It's the same price, and if you're renting it, it's going to be used anyway because someone else rented it before you. So just buy it used. You get a decent amount of content here: 2 custom practice exams, 100 electronic flashcards, free term glossary. Now, I don't know if that's a one-time use, so if you are going to get it used, take that with what it is. And last, I want to get into this. I've not actually talked about this in a lot of my videos. Adrian Cantrell, he taught on Linux Academy before they got purchased by A Cloud Guru. So Adrian does a great job with training. A lot of people love him. There's not he needs to work on his SEO, because if you search for like AWS certification training, he is not up there. He's definitely not up there. We need to help Adrian. Help any of you are better at SEO than I am. Help him out. I'm sure he'd appreciate that. You could also buy his training with Bitcoin. So hey, if you want to pay with Bitcoin, there you go. You could pay for your courses with Bitcoin. So amazing. I don't know any of the other content that we go over where you could pay with Bitcoin. So there you go, BTC Pay. So here going into they are going to be a little bit more expensive than on, say, Udemy. So for all 3 bundles, it's going to be, for the associate level certifications, it's going to be $100, or for the associate and professional level ones, it's going to be $200. But you get a lot of amazing content in here. Adrian, I'm going to say, is similar to, oh gosh, I'm slacking. He's very similar to Professor Messer in his style of approach for education, as you see here from some of this. Is like, you see from his flashcards and stuff like that. So I highly recommend Adrian as well. It's going to be a little bit more premium prices, but you can watch his promo video where he kind of goes over into what's overlapping, what information you've already studied and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know what you think. This video was a little bit longer, but there was a little bit more resources you could use from here. I hope you find something that you enjoy, some resource that helps you out. Without further ado, let's check out in the next video what certification we'll go over next. Hint, it's going to be Azure. See you in the next video. Bye.